Guys, big week. Feels like a WNBA schedule kind of thing coming up. Lighter training than usual today.
I guess lighter, of course, of numbers. We've got a couple sick and a couple of injured, so down to 9 or 10 today. So just managing workload, and especially knowing that we've got 2 games in quick succession, just managing that workload a little bit with people that are sick and got some niggling injuries.
With a very packed schedule coming up, is there more of a focus on like the scout and the skill work rather than like a bit more of a
mostly it's like more concept-based skill work, just getting in, doing what we need to do at a good intensity and a good pace, and then getting out so they've got enough recovery, sleep, all of those kind of things. So just focusing on what we need to focus about and making that really deliberate and detailed.
You talked about, you said despite the record, I know you guys, we are in the bottom of the ladder at the moment. What has you feeling optimistic about the team's chances moving forward?
Yeah, I think there was some great spots against Perth, obviously against a very good team, and same thing again is like we got to take care of the ball and not have those turnovers. But I think offensively, the way that we moved the ball and got better open looks, and that we had to change the defense, had to change side to side, but also defensively, I think we had a level of physicality about how we wanted to defend, and were better with our schemes that we'd put into place for that game. So those positives that we got to continue to keep building on, and just find that level of consistency.
A lot of the upcoming games, especially in the next week or so, are against teams that are above the caps in the standing, like directly above. Does that give the team, a lot of confidence in that stretch to kind of make up some ground?
I think it's the whole thing of just looking forward to the next opponent. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves, even though the ladder is condensed with probably 4 teams in that middle part to the bottom part, so we just can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We've got to focus on the things that we need to continue to get better at and be more detailed with, and then focus on the next opponent rather than get too far ahead.
And what do you think has been, in terms of the team, obviously it's not the start that everyone kind of wanted and expected, but what do you think has been, the main culprit in why it hasn't quite clicked?
Well, as we've spoken about before, is quick shots, random shots that we don't do at practice, or we don't want to play that way. That leads to us not being able to be in a good position to rebound, and obviously quick shots forces the defense to play 5, 8, 10 seconds. And so anyone that's having to play 5 or 8 or 10 seconds of defense doesn't really get worn down and tired from having to defend multiple actions. So I think that's been part of it. And then defensively, we haven't really stuck to our schemes that we've put in place either during the week for scout or that we practice. So those 2 things I think have definitely hurt us. And then you look at it as shooting percentage, obviously from the 3-point line hasn't been great.
Yep. And then finally, I just spoke to Isa just then, and she said the group's still pretty confident, and I guess the mood at training today was a bit light. Do you likewise share that same confidence still within the group that girls could turn it around?
You look at the ladder as it currently is. We're 1 win behind 4th. There's a lot of teams on 3 wins. We're on 2 wins. So we string together and be consistent. A couple of wins that could catapult us up to 4th. So we've got to just continue to do the work and the process day in, day out, fix up some things, shoot the ball better, and I think that we can obviously, with the ladder the way it is there's opportunities for us to climb up the ladder very quickly. Thanks, mate.
So far it's been probably not the start that you guys expected, but how's the mood within the group at the moment? And I know you got a big week coming up.
The mood's pretty good. We saw that we might be bottom, but we're still only 1 game out of the top 4, so things aren't as grim as it may seem. The mood's pretty good. I know everyone really likes each other, so it's going to be all right.
Despite, like you said, despite you guys being bottom of the ladder, right? You're only a game or so out from the top 4. Does that give you a lot of confidence heading into these, next 3 games where you have 3 games in a week?
Yeah. I guess it does. The teams that we're playing against are in amongst it with us, so it it'd be handy if we could snag a couple of wins. Yeah.
And with a big 3-game schedule coming up in a span of like, I think 7 days or something, like what's been focused so far in the 2 training days you've had?
We've fixed up a few things, and then we've been a big focus on like recovery and making sure we're fresh going into that, eating lots, recovery, making sure our bodies are feeling good.
Yeah. And in terms of I guess like the group, like what gives you confidence that you guys can turn this around and make a run towards a playoff spot?
Well, there's a lot of talented athletes in the team, so that gives you confidence. And then the fact that we want to do it for each other, I think also it's going to happen.
And I guess like heading into Geelong this week, what are you looking forward to for that game?
I think there's a fair few people looking forward to seeing people at home. But no, I think it's going to be a tough matchup because Kenzie's playing really well, so that'll be good.
They got Shiloh back.
Shiloh's back, so there's going to be a few good matchups in the game, but it'll be a good challenge.
That's, I think